Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain a supplementary lesson for second language English medium students. The title of that lesson is The Bird of Happiness. The Bird of Happiness. It is written by Liu Jude, a Chinese writer. A Chinese writer wrote this lesson, this story. It is a folk Tibetan story, a folk Tibetan story, folk tale. It means that it is just like an imaginary. Folk tale means it is a imaginary story, but at the same time it has some morals, some meanings. It is a folk tale, Tibetan folk tale or a Tibetan story. Folk tale means it contains an imaginary, or it is an imaginary story which has some morals or some principles. So that the title is The Bird of Happiness. We know all of you want to be happy. We all like to be happy. Nobody will like to be sad. Nowadays, due to Corona, sometimes we will feel happy, we will feel unhappy due to Corona. All of us. It is another matter. But in nature of this, always we want to become happy. We want to be happy. But here, people, they are thinking, in Tibet there is an area, it's a remote area, where the people are unhappy always. They believe that happiness is a bird. Happiness is a bird which is seen in the east with a high mountain, snow-covered mountain. It is a bird where we can see, or if you are going to the eastwards in a small mountain, you can see happiness because it is a bird. Happiness is a bird. Wherever that bird is going, happiness will occur. That is their conception, or that is their belief. So here, in this lesson, in this story, we can see some characters, some important characters we can see. Firstly, I am just saying, first one is this Lao Sang's mother. It is the name of some characters which we can see in this story. Then Vanxia, that is main hero, we can say. Vanxia is a very brave boy. Vanxia. Lao Sang's mother is another imaginary character which are depicted, or which are described, or which are explained, or which are given by the writer in this story. One is Vanxia, don't forget that name, Vanxia. Next one is Lo Sang's mother. It is also an imaginary character, we should understand. Lo Sang's mother. Next, Old Jafar Salongs is another character which we can see in this story. Then another one is that Bimas is a beautiful girl. That also we can see. Bimas. Then last we can see that bird of happiness, bird. That also we can see. So this story is related or connected with these characters. Firstly, here I told you. Firstly, I will explain this lesson. After that, I will read, and then again I will explain. So you should listen first. Just some glimpse or a brief story I am going to explain. I told you that in Tibet, there is a remote area in a village in Tibet. The people, they were very unhappy. That place was that place was just like a desert area. It was not a greenish. There were no trees. There were no rivers. They did not get a proper water. They did not get a proper water. Always in a very cold. They felt very cold, and they felt hunger also. Hunger, starvation or hunger. Whenever we are feeling hunger, we will feel automatically unhappy. It is only natural. It is natural. In the same way, nobody can tolerate extreme cold. Will become unhappy. So, moreover, it is very difficult to live in desert area. It is also another thing. So, these are the features which we can see the people living in that remote area or in that village. They thought that happiness is within a bird. They are seeing happiness in a bird. Where is that bird? They thought that if that bird is coming, definitely they will get happiness. That is the conception or the belief I told you in the beginning. So that bird was living in the eastward direction of a high mountain, so high mountain peak. It is that bird is living. In snow-covered mountain peak, it is living. So some people try to go in search of that bird, but they did not come back till this date. Everybody died. Everybody died. Many people or many persons tried to go in search of that happiness, in search of that bird which gives happiness, but nobody came back, all died. Here also, one brave boy called Vansya, he decided to go to see that bird. He decided to go to see that bird. So that bird was really guarded by three monsters. It's very difficult to see that bird because we have to travel 900 meters. Then only we can see that bird. Moreover, it was covered with completely three monsters. Monsters. Not an ordinary man. They were monsters. It is very difficult to see that bird before reaching there. That monsters should kill. That was the belief which they thought. Anyway, I told you that this brave Vansya tried to see this bird, so he started his journey to see that bird. He traveled to eastward direction. He was blessed by all the people living in that area, and they said goodbye to this brave boy, and he started his journey. But he spent many days, and after that he reached a place. At that time, first he saw a monster, very big monster, very old and big monster he saw. He roared. From where you are coming? He asked a question by roaring. He asked a question to this brave boy. Why did you come here? How you got courage to see that bird? Who told you to come? Many questions were asked. Then after that, the brave boy told, I want to see that bird of happiness. This old monster told, no, I won't allow you to see that happiness. I won't allow you to see that bird of happiness, because unless you obey my order, you can't go there. You should obey what I am saying you. I am commanding you. I am challenging you to do the direction which I am giving. If you are ready to obey my challenge, if you are ready to obey my command, you can go. Otherwise, you will be spared. You can't go. That's what that monster directed or commanded this young boy by roaring sound. The sound was also this very thrilling roaring sound. That's another thing. That is that means Lucen's. He directed to kill Lucen's mother. That monster directed this brave boy to kill that Lucen's mother. Lucen's mother. That was the first direction. You should go and kill that Lucen's mother. But that brave boy told that, no, I am liking my mother, so I won't kill Lucen's mother. I like my own mother, so I will not kill Lucen's mother. So he became angry. That monster got angry. He told that unless you kill Lucen's mother, you will feel difficulty to go ahead. You will feel very difficulty. Suddenly, a road that was filled with that road, which was very smooth in the past, was completely changed, and it was filled with loose, steep stones. Very sharp stone was completely filled with that road. That road, it was very smooth in the past, but when this boy did not obey the direction of that monster, he changed that road. Suddenly, he changed the shape of that road, and after that, it was completely filled with loose, sharp stones. If road is completely filled with sharp stone, nobody can walk. We will get pain. We will be unable to go ahead. We will be unable to walk. So that road, the shape of the road is completely changed. Anyway, he got pain. He got so much pain. This Vandya got pain. His shoes are completely torn. His legs were completely bruised. He felt agony and pain. Anyway, he tried to go ahead without obeying the command of that first monster. He started again. He started his journey by suffering so much hardships or sufferings, by getting so much pain. He started again. Then after a few hours, after a few days, he reached the second monster. Then the sound was also just like very sharp sound. Just that person is whistling wind, voice of the whistling wind. The sound was just like the voice of a whistling wind. The sound was compared with the voice of the whistling wind. Just like the voice of a whistling wind. Just like very thrilling sound he made. He also told the same thing, where you are going. Just then he answered the same answer. He told, no, I won't leave you. I won't leave you. So when he again requested, no, I won't leave you. But you should obey what I am saying. You should obey what I am saying. He told that here there is a old Jafar Silom says, old Jafar Silom is an old man, grandfather or grandpa. He told this monster directed this Vangya, you should give poison to this old Jafar Silom. You should kill this old man, old father, this grandfather. If you are able to obey my commands, you can go ahead, you can go, no problem. Otherwise, you can't, you will not get food, you will be starved, you will feel pain, you will feel hunger, you will be thirsty. Otherwise, you obey me. He gave direction by roaring sound. His sound was very thrilling. I told you, it was just like a whistling of the wind, whistling sound of a wind. Again, Vangya did not obey. No, I won't kill that old Jafar Silong because I liked my grandfather. Since I liked my grandfather, I won't obey your direction. I won't kill that old man because I liked my grandfather. So he got angry. Second monster also got angry. Suddenly, the bag which was filled with bread was completely thrown away in the wind. The food which was put in that bread, or the bread which was put in that bread, which was put in that bag, was completely taken away. Then what happened? Everything was turned to blue. The blue mountain was already turned into a desert. Blue mountain. Till that period, the nature of that mountain was very blue. It was very greenish, and the forests were there, trees were there, everything was there. But at that time, when this boy did not obey the command of that monster, that blue mountain was completely turned, and that blue was turned into desert. Then it became a dry place or desert place. He felt thirsty. He took water from the river. He took water. So then again he got pain. He suffered again. He got so much agony. He got so much hunger. Everything he tried to overcome. Lastly, he reached the third monster. That is the third place. After traveling, after he had to cover next 900 years, then lastly he could see the third monster. After that, the same third monster told where you are coming, where you are going, from where you are coming. Then after getting that reply, he also made a comment. No, I won't allow you to see that bird of paradise. But you should do one thing. You should take the eyeball from the Bhima's eye. You should gouge out by using that sharp knife. You should gouge out Bhima's eye. If so, if you are obeying my direction, I will allow you to go and you can see that bird of paradise. This boy told that no, nobody has right to take others' eyeball. I have no right to take that beautiful eyeball from that pretty girl. She's a very beautiful girl. I won't gouge out Bhima's eye because she's very beautiful girl. She's very pretty. I won't. So what happened? That boy's again, his eyes was taken. That boy's eye were taken by monster. Boy became boy, that brave boy, became blind. He was unable. He felt so much suffering to go. After that, he tried to climb. He began to crawl. He began to crawl. He climbed the snow-covered mountain by using his hands. By using his hands, he climbed the snow-covered mountain because he lost his eyesight. It was also taken by the third monster since he did not obey his command. So he used his hand and he tried to climb that mountain. So lastly, just he reached the peak. He reached the peak. So after that, he expressed, he saw that bird. He expressed his wish to take her back to village. He expressed, or Vanchya expressed his desire or his willingness or his pleasure to take that bird to his village. Bird sang a song. Bird just patted that, and he was very happy. After that, what happened? He just got bored. The bird gave the lost eye to Vanchya. He got the lost eye through that bird. Bird has already given the lost eye to Vanchya. Then after that, he just cast him with wings. The bird has already shown some pleasure by just showing his wings. He cast him with his wings just like this. Wings. He cast. He just like a patting. He did. So after that, Vanchya's eyeball was already came back to his her socket. It was already came to his socket. So he got eyesight. He again got eyesight. After that, bird came. Bird took this Vanchya to his village. They just sang 3 times. Firstly, mountains appeared. Then second again, all other forests appeared. Rivers appeared. Everything was appeared. So they became happy. That is the story, end of the story of this lesson. This is bird of happiness. You think that it is a imaginary story, but at the same time we can see some good character. We can see that we should admit or we should admire the sacrifice made by Vanchya. All others stand in their selfish motive, but Vanchya did for the welfare of his people. It was symbol of sacrifice, kindness, symbol of sacrifice and kindness. Even though he lost, even though he suffered a lot, he stood for his sacrifice. That's the main theme which we can see. Vanchya was the symbol of sacrifice, even though he felt so much difficulty. So I will read after that. Again I will explain. The bed of happiness. In ancient days, there was a very poor area in Tibet which had no rivers or good land, no warmth or fresh flowers, no trees or green grass. The people who lived there suffered from hunger and cold all year round and did not know what happens. What happiness was like. Despite this, they still believed that happiness must exist somewhere in the world. So I told you, in ancient days there was a very poor area in Tibet. In Tibet there was a very poor area. They thought that there is a place where people are living very happily, very pleasantly. But these people, they always felt hunger and they were living in very cold. In ancient days, warmth means high temperature is warmth or fresh flowers. There were no flowers in that area, just like a desert area. There were no forests in that area. They were hungry always. They were unhappy. They thought that there is a place where all the people are living very happily. In ancient days, there was a very poor area in Tibet. It is happened in Tibet. It is, I told you that it is only an imaginary story. In ancient days, there was very poor area in Tibet which had no rivers or good land. The land was not fertile. There were no rivers in that place. No warmth or fresh flowers. Warmth, it was not high temperature was there. So there were no flowers. No trees or green grass. Only just like a desert. The people who lived there suffered from hunger and cold all year round and did not know what happiness was like. They don't know what is happiness. They did not feel happiness in their life. They were eager to feel what is happiness because they always felt sad only. Despite this, they still believed that happiness must exist somewhere in the world. They thought something in their mind that there are some people or there is happiness somewhere in the world. In some other places we can see happiness. That was their belief. The old folk used to say that happiness was a beautiful bird living on a snowy mountain far, far away in the east. Wherever the bird flew, happiness went with it. Every year people went to look for this bird, but not one of them did ever retain. The bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters who could kill a man by simply blowing through their long beards. The bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters who could kill a man by simply blowing through their long beards. So they thought that wherever the happiness is in a bird, wherever that bird is staying, wherever that bird is flying, happiness will appear. That bird is guarded or secured or protected by 3 monsters, 3 old monsters. These monsters have a long beard. That monster could already kill by using his long beard. Because whenever that monster is able to blow, whenever that monster is using his long beard, it could kill other person, other people. That was the belief. The bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters. Bird of happiness was secured or protected by old monsters who could kill a man by simply blowing through their long beards. Only that monster's beard was enough to kill a person. Only by using the long beard of that monster, he was able to kill other persons. That was the belief of the people. Once an extremely bright boy called Vangya was sent to find the bird of happiness. On his departure, the girl of the village offered him barley wine, and the mother, in accordance with Tibetan custom, spread barley grains on his head to wish him a good journey. So, once an extremely bright boy called Vangya was sent to find. He was very bright. So, one day what happened? A very bright boy was sent to that mountain. They were all others blessed him. They just barley wine was given. It was a custom of that Tibetan people. Whenever a person is going for some other good job or good purpose, he will be welcomed or he will be blessed by others by giving a barley wine. And moreover, on his departure, the girls of the village offered him barley wine, and the mother, in accordance with the Tibetan customs, spread barley grains also. You know grain, barley. You know, we will drink barley. Barley is very good. We all of us will drink sometimes. So this barley wine will be given to the person who are going for a good intention. If a person is going for a good intention, he will be blessed by giving this barley wine, or barley grain will be poured on his head. That is a custom which is followed in the Tibetan people, among the Tibetan people. Vangya walked eastwards for many days until he saw ahead of him a large mountain covered with snow that shone like silver. Just at that moment, an old monster with a black beard appeared in his path. Vangya walked eastwards for many days. Vangya travelled to eastward direction. For many days he has spent. Then after that he saw an old man standing there. Just at that moment, an old monster with a black beard appeared in his path. On his way, he saw a monster. First monster he saw. Who goes there? He cried like a crow. His sound was just like a crow. His sound was just like a crow. Who is you? Who are you? Who are you? From where you are coming? He cried, how dare you come here? What are you after? Where you are going? My name is Vanja, said, I have come to look for the bird of happiness. He replied, I wanted to see that bird of happiness. My name is Vanja. This boy replied, ha ha, laughed the old monster. How could a little child like you, no longer than an egg, dare to set forth here? How you can enter? How you got courage to come here? Just like an egg, a small boy, how you got this much courage to come here? If you want to find the bird of happiness, first you must kill Losang's mothers, otherwise you will be punished. I don't need to do anything myself in order to kill a puny little means a small things like you. I will just make you walk 900 miles across screen and you will be done for. I don't like to kill you, just because you are very small boy, I don't like to kill. But one thing you should do, you should kill this Losang's mother. If you are ready to kill, you can go. Otherwise, actually I don't like to kill you because you are just like a pure very small boy, I don't like to kill. Unless you obey my order, you will have to cross, you will have to walk 900 miles. It is very difficult to go. I will just make you walk 900 miles across a screen and you will be done for. That means that road is not smooth. It is completely filled with very sharp and stones. So you will feel difficulty. You will have to walk for 900 miles again if you are not obeying me. But Vanja replied, I love my own mother. I am loving my own mother and I will never kill another person's. Do as you please. The old monster flew into a rage. He got angry. He immediately began to blow through his beard, and in the twinkling of an eye, the smooth road became a vast screen. Every stone on it was as sharp as a knife. Areas of completely it was filled with loose stone. He got angry. Till that time the road was very smooth. After that it became spread with a loose stone. So it was very difficult to walk on that road, through that road. He felt a difficulty to walk ahead because he got angry. Why he got angry? Because Vanja did not obey his order, his command. He told, what was the reply made by this Vanja? Vanja replied that I like my mother, so I won't kill Adis mother. So he got angry. Monster got angry and the road was completely changed. After the first 100 miles, the sole of Vanja's boots were completely ripped. That is pulled apart. Ripped means pulled apart. Ripped, pulled apart. After the second 100 miles, his feet were cut to pieces, and after the third 100 miles, his hands were torn to shreds. After 100 miles, his firstly his legs were completely torn. Then after that, his boots were completely ripped apart, pulled apart, and after that, his hands were torn to shreds, completely torn into pieces. His hands were torn or bruised or wounded into pieces. This is tough going, he thought to himself. Will I ever make it? Had I better turn back now? No, never. He could not bring himself to turn back. He knew that the people at home were waiting for him to bring back happiness. That is high going. He thought in his mind. That is high going. Vanja thought that feeling in his mind. He thought it is very difficult to go ahead. But at the same time, he thought, if I am returning back, it will be very suicidal, or my people will feel unhappy because they are waiting me to get happy. So he started again. This is tough going. He thought it to himself, will I never make it? Had I better turn back? No, never. He could not bring himself to turn back. He knew that the people at home were waiting for him to bring back happiness. All the people in his village were waiting him to get happiness. Vanja lay on the ground and began to crawl forward. He began to crawl because completely his legs were torn into pieces. His clothes were torn, his knees and shoulders were bruised, completely wounded. Finally, he reached the end of his journey, and there he found another old monster with a brown beard and a voice like the whistling wind waiting for him. Lastly, he reached near the third monster. His sound was just like a whistling sound. So whistling wind, whistling of the wind, the sound, very whistling sound here. If you want to see the bird of happiness, howled the monster. He cried. Howled means cried. Howled the monster. You must poison all the Jafar Silong first. If you want, I starve you to death. No. If you want to see that bird of happiness, you should take the ball of. If you want to see the bird of happiness, howled the monster, you must poison all the Jafar Silong. You should give poison to all the Jafar Silong. He told. I will starve you, otherwise you will not get food. I will starve you to death. You will not get food. Your food bag will be taken away. Looking him defiantly in his face, Vanja replied, "You can about for all your words, but I am fond of my own grandpa, and I will never kill another man." Vanja replied that, "You can do whatever you like, but I will not kill that old man because I like my grandfather." In a fury, the old monster blew through his long breath, and Vanja's bread bag flew into his bread bag flew into the sky. It was taken by that monster. Why it was taken? Because Vanja did not obey his command or rule. Before his eyes, the blue mountains and green rivers were turned into a boundless desert with not a scrap of food to be found. What happened? Immediately, suddenly, all that surroundings nature was completely changed. Till that time, there was mountain, beautiful mountain, everything was turned into desert, vast desert. Because Vanja did not obey the second monster also. So Vanja felt a very difficulty, it was desert fully. Vanja set off again he started Vanja. After the first 100 miles, his stomach began rumbling. Let me hear a sound in his stomach. That whenever we are feeling hungry or whenever we are starving, we can hear some sound in our stomach. We will be able to hear some sound in our stomach if we are feeling hungry. After the second 100 miles, he was so hungry that his head swam, and he began to see stars. After the third 100 miles, he was so hungry that there was a sharp pain in his guts, because in his belly or stomach he got some pain, stomach pain he felt, because he did not get any food. He did not get any food. As if they were being cut by knife. Anyone who has ever starved knows what we know. We know that if you are not getting food, definitely we will also feel pain in our belly or stomach. It is only natural. If you are not taking food for 1 or 2 days, what will happen? Definitely you can't survive. You will feel pain, stomach pain and other things. In the same way, Vanja also felt stomach pain. It was just like cutting, or it was just like wounded pain. There in his path stood another old monster with white beard. What a reckless fool has that come? He thundered, "My name is Vanja, and I have come there to look for the bird of happiness." Again, he reached near the third monster he reached. "If you want to see the bird of happiness, you must bring me by Bhima's eyeball." Okay, there we are going. You want to see that bird of happiness? If you want to go, first you should take eyeball from the Bhima's eye. If you dare to say, "I will gouge out your eyeballs at once, otherwise I will take your eyeball suddenly." Unless you take eyeball from the Bhima's, I will take your eyeball. Vanja bowed his head like this and thought for a while. Then he answered, "You must be dreaming. No one has the right to destroy a great pretty eyes. I will never gouge Bhima's eye. What you are saying, I won't do, because I have no right to take others' eyeball." The old monster screamed with rage. The third monster also got angry. He immediately began to blow through his long beard, and Vanjia's eyeball jumped out of their sockets and it became blind. Immediately, suddenly what happened? Vanjia's eyeball was completely taken by that monster and Vanjia became blind. This must be the last ordeal, he thought. Vanjia thought, okay, anyway I suffered. 3 monsters I have overcome. I must keep going in the direction of the rising sun. That must be the place where the bird of happiness lives. Anyway, Vanjia thought, okay, every suffering is over. Next I can say I will be able to see bird of happiness because I have already overtaken all the difficulties and I have already seen the cruelties made by 3 monsters. Next I think that I will be able to see the bird of happiness. There will not be any further obstacle or hindrance in my path. Groping his way with his hands on the ground, one just crawled another 900 miles. He clambered to the peak of the snow-covered mountain, and there he heard the voice of the bird of happiness. He began crawling just like this, crawling because he was unable to walk properly. Moreover, he was unable to see. He began to crawl. He had to walk 900 miles again. Lastly, he reached near the bird of happiness. There he heard the voice of bird of happiness. At that time, he heard the bird of happiness. My lovely child, have you come here for me? That bird of happiness asked. Yes, my lovely, I am loving child, you came to see me. Overwhelmed with joy, he was completely filled with emotion. He was filled with happy, completely. Vanjia replied, yes, I have. My people long to see you day and night. Please come back with me. He requested. He was completely filled with happy. He requested the bird of happiness. Yes, our people are eagerly waiting to come. The bird of happiness cast means just touched gently. That bird touched that Vanjia in a affectionate manner, slightly touched. Bird of happiness cast Vanjia gently with its wings and sang for him. Bird sang a song. His eyeballs flew back to their socket and now he saw much more brightly than before. Immediately he got back his eyesight because that bird of happiness gave back that sight or eyeball. All his wounds were healed and he was stronger than ever. His ears were completely removed or healed. It was cleared or healed. He became very strong. Afterwards, the bird of happiness offered Vanjia some dried meat and cream cake and then brought him back to his home village. They landed on a mountain top. After that, that bird took Vanjia and landed on the mountain top. What is it that you want? Asked the bird of happiness. After reaching there, that bird asked, what do you want? You tell me. Vanjia replied, we want warmth and happiness, forests and flowers, fields and rivers. What was the reply given by Vanjia? We want the warmth and happiness, forests and flowers, fields and rivers. You please give me field. You please give me a rivers. You please give me happiness. Standing on the mountain top, the bird of happiness gave 3 loud cries. He cried loudly 3 times. That bird of happiness cried loudly. At first cry, the golden sun broke through the clouds and a warm breeze came down from the sky. First he cried. That time the sunrise came. Then after that the clouds and warm breeze came there. They felt the breeze. At the second cry, stretch forest appeared all over the mountain peak, and other mountain flowers bloomed, blossomed, bloomed, flowers came, mountain came, and thrushes and larks. That means different kinds of birds appeared. There. Forest appeared, birds appeared. Thrushes and larks. Larks means kinds of birds. Birds. A kind of bird is called a lark. Larks led the chorus of bird song. They began to sing song in chorus. Birds chorus, song together by sitting together. At the third cry, green river, and at the third, when he cried at the third time, what came? A green river came, and fields came into view, and little white rabbits danced merrily on the grass. Rabbits came, then rivers came, forests came, birds came. From that day on, the people in that poor place never suffered hardship again. So from that day onwards, all the people living in that area, they are very happy. They did not feel sorrow. They did not feel happy. They did not feel hunger, because everything was already cured or removed. That is the end of the story, because it shows the sacrifice made by a clever and bold boy. And sacrifice made was very kind, and affectionate to the very sincere to his people. It shows his character is completely portrayed or explained by the writer in this story. It is a Tibetan story. I think you have already understood it. I will give you the notes after a few days. Thank you. I am stopping. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe.